Nice! Yes! Right, I forgot the recording was on, but guys, I did the full lamp circuit experience a second time because in the previous episode I already golded it, but I made quite a big mistake in my view. I really, in the middle of the downhill section, the car skid quite a bit. And I really was like, holy shit, if I would not have made that mistake, what could my time be? And I had a 420 or something, 5 seconds, 420, dot 420 decimal places. I now improved it with half a tenth, so it really is marginal. And I am gonna leave it at this. Probably there's you could go quicker. The real good drivers, they are probably much quicker, but for me this is good enough. I'm in the threes, so to say, so not the fours. The target is 2 minutes 5 seconds and 5 tenths. I had 420 tenths and now I have 370 tenths, so it's a little bit better. But anyways, also welcome to another episode in the playthrough of Gran Turismo Sport. I forgot to mention that at the start. And yeah, so what to do now? We can just continue with the game, but I do want to analyze a little bit or check my replay, because I think just where my weak points are and strong points. There is one part which I think it's critical, and that is the first left-hander, and I'm really not sure whether I'm taking that correctly. I don't play with a ghost. I find ghost distracting and also a bit cheating. In real life you also don't have a ghost. So if I turn that on, that would probably help me figure out where I'm failing. But yeah, I think that first corner, apparently there are people who, or I read something that the AI actually, they do cut the curbs over here, but for me it really unsettles the car too much. Maybe if you straddle the curbs, but they're pretty high up, so I try to, I just ride around them, but that could maybe be a way to gain some extra time. Okay, here we go. I made a big mistake here as well, so if I would not, I went wide over there. If I would not make those mistakes, I really wonder what time I could get. Didn't even do this corner that well either. It's a very important corner because there's super long straight afterwards. I think there's more time on the table, but yeah, I will leave it now here because I've been more or less the whole day doing this circuit experience, and we also have a lot of other stuff still to do. I'm happy it's over because I really read it was quite brutal, and indeed it was hard. I only got 3 times gold out of, I think, multiple 100 tries. I read also posts that people really dislike the car. I find the car really well handling actually. Such a beautiful game. Check it out. Pretty damn amazing. Almost looks photorealistic. Good enough for me. All right. We go like so. We go like so. Yeah. So in total today I've driven 850 kilometers already. 1,050 kilometers. That's quite a lot. Almost like from middle to southern Europe. It's like a real road trip. Anywho, in the pockets, done. So now we will be... I saw something hot over here. What is hot? The NSX, I already have it. Fairlady Z, that's a pretty cool car. I do want that one. And this RX-7 GT as well. Are you looking for a car with exceptional handling? Then the RX-7 series is the one for you. When it was released, the second gen FC was lighter and had a lower center of gravity than its competitors. Even today, its effortless performance on corners makes it a truly special car. Properly tuned, it is more than capable of holding its own against the latest models. Yeah, I don't really like this one. I like the, I think the one before. The RX-7, or is it the one after? Let's quickly check that out. Or maybe there's one for sale here. No. There is no RX-7. Yes, here is one. So this is the 2002, so that is afterwards. So I like that RX-7 afterwards better. Anyways, let's buy it. We're a car collector after all. And buy this one as well. This is a car I really was considering buying in real life as well. It's a pretty cool car. Yeah, although I don't really like the headlight styling. They're too close together. almost like he's a bit cross-eyed. Few sports cars in the world have a history spanning more than 50 years. The Nissan Z car or Fairlady Z is one of the rare exceptions. The 300 ZX, first sold in 1989, is a 4th generation model. Its V6 twin turbocharged engine is truly a force to be reckoned with. It was the first engine to be marketed under the 276.1 bhp gentleman's agreement adopted in Japan. Yeah, I think even if cars had more power, or the gentleman's agreement is that to restrict power at 276, but in real life I understand that there were more powerful cars, only in the brochure it was just said like, yeah, it's 276. Not sure why they did it. Probably to prevent a race to the bottom, that everybody was spending a lot of research on more powerful engines, because of course that's what sells. So they made the market totally boring, everything equal. I do find this is a car worthy of being in the game. I think it also had 4-wheel steering even at the time. So that one we have. Man, we have quite a lot. All these cars I also have. Yeah, I can just as well buy some cars, why not? Sure, the chassis might be based on a Fiat Gran Punto, but this is an Alfa Romeo through and through. Its Eklund suspension allows for smooth, sharp turning, and its 1.4 litre turbocharged engine is both quick and responsive. You'll know as soon as you put your foot down that this car means business. Right. The only thing I don't like from this game is that in previous Gran Turismos you really had to work for your cars, and here now I'm just making like this whole warehouse full of cars, and I don't even driven them. I don't really have a super incentive to buy them. They're not really my own choice, but I know the game wants me to be a collector, so I just buy them. But it does make the special feel of certain cars go a little bit. If that makes sense. Of obtaining cars. The A112 Abarth may be small, but it has a proven reputation as an exciting car to drive. The feel of the engine in particular is often praised. As a 4-cylinder overhead valves, it is somewhat retro in design. But it's far more than capable of getting the job done. The final model can produce up to 69 bhp, more than enough for a vehicle which weighs only 700 kilograms. Alright, wait, what is OHV again? Not overhead valve. It has something to do with the camshaft, I think. An overhead valve engine, something called a pushrod engine, is a piston engine whose valves are located in the cylinder head above the combustion chamber. Yes, but all of them are, right? Flathead engines where the valves are located below the combustion chamber in the engine block. Okay, I didn't even know those existed. Flathead engines. Right, that's so weird. I mean, then the gasoline and stuff gets below the piston. What the hell? Flathead engine. I think the main thing of an overhead valve engine is that I think it doesn't have a camshaft in the cylinder head. It's the push rods, which is probably more weighty, more complex. I see more disadvantages with the design. But the flathead engine, also known as a side valve engine or valve in block engine, is an internal combustion engine with its poppet valves contained within the engine block instead of in the cylinder head as in an overhead valve engine. Alright, so the usual L. Okay. Just really weird design. It's not below the piston, it is besides the piston, the valve. looks really quite inefficient with the routes that the gases need to take to and from the cylinder. Anyways, there is no question that this is a fine example of Italian automotive craftsmanship. Right, that one is in the garage. Nope. Abarth 595 SS. Yeah, I really don't like just buying cars for the sake of buying cars. I want to get them with a purpose. Because then there's no sense of progression. You want to get money and be able to obtain that desirable car that you want for a certain event. That's totally missing in this game. I don't like that. Like that's this free for all, so to say. It's again, in my view, a symptom of the whole dumbing down and making everything foolproof trends in gaming, which is already going on for like 10 years. But everything is going backwards. It's such a pity. Make cars really special, or at least give a reason to buy them. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe that reason is there in missions or in future menu books, but I don't think so. I think the majority will just be grind credits and just buy them without any reason, just to have them. Yeah. I mean, it's nice if you are a collector, but in previous Gran Turismo outings, up until I would say GT4, it really was a very nice progression system. You were really happy if you finally could scrape enough cash together with selling your parts and selling your old cars to get to progress to a cooler car. Here, there are super cool cars here. This car. I remember in Gran Turismo, if you wanted a Tuscan or a TVR, you really had to do some effort to get it, and it was a very special thing to have, so to say. And that I don't say that the car is not special anymore, but you can just buy them all. And yeah, it's all unlocked, or mostly unlocked. Of course, there are legendary cars, but maybe it's a good development. I don't know. I haven't really thought of it too much, but yeah, just buying for the sake of buying. I mean, it's nice, but then I have a garage with 400 cars and no events to really do them. So then you take them to the track by yourself, and then you start driving 400 cars to get the handling and stuff. But if you don't really have an event to really have to use it, you don't really get to know the car, because yeah, just casually driving around the track, you don't really get to know its limits and stuff as intense and as close as you would when you really were stuck with a car in a hard challenge or a hard event. That's when you really start to notice, when you really push the car to its limits, to notice its real handling characteristics. And if you just have a warehouse with 400 cars, yeah, you don't really get to know their characteristics if there are no events for them. But yeah, on the other hand, you can also look at it, the glass is half full. What do you prefer? Only 10-20 cars with events? Or just being able to have like a garage with 400 cars to choose from? And then, yeah, I would say, of course, it is the better option. So maybe I'm just complaining, maybe I'm spoiled, I don't know. Anywho, there's also a hot car over here. I only have 3 millions left. And I'm pretty sure I bought this one. But it doesn't have like this icon that I can buy it, so Alright, let's buy it. McKeel, the De Tomaso Mangusta is an iconic 1960s sports car. It is one of car designers Giorgetto Giugiaro's most legendary creations, and its value has risen quite a bit in recent years. Now we have a very interesting chapter added to the history of the Mangusta, introducing a Gran Turismo original, the Mangusta Christian Dior. This car was created in collaboration with the famous French couture house Christian Dior. The aim of Dior here was to infuse the sports car with its elegant brand essence. The designer who worked on this project is Kim Jones, Dior Men's artistic director. The Mangusta he customizes characterized by its chic body color and stripe, and of course the Dior signature on its side. The racing number 47 on the body is also strongly tied to the history of the Dior brand. Last but not least, a special racing suit and helmet have been designed specifically to accompany this Mangusta. Alright, I think this is some kind of a product placement, some marketing deal between Polyphony Digital and Dior. A lot of people are complaining that this car indeed is almost persistent in this legendary car dealership, but I hope if I buy it now that it will disappear, and I hope that I can also just give it a repaint and get rid of that whole Dior branding, because it's indeed, I don't like it. It's a pretty cool car. It's a De Tomaso, right? Or not. Yes, it's a De Tomaso. So I wonder whether this one is before or after the Pantera, which I think has much more name recognition. Ah, fuck. You see, I do think I bought it already. But even if you buy it, it doesn't get like this blue book icon. God damn it, I just wasted 500k. Motherfucker. Why does the game not tell you if you already have a car? Motherfucker. Do I have 2 Mangustas now? Yes. Fucking motherfucker. Fucking motherfucker. Seriously. Alright, now I officially hate that product placement with... I thought if you buy it, it will disappear from the garage. No, it's here and it's not even marked as being owned. Why would you not mark it as being owned? This car I bought, it has a blue booklet at it. This car I bought, a blue booklet to indicate that you already have it. If you have 400 cars in your garage, you don't know by head exactly anymore which ones you already bought and which you did not yet. So it is totally retarded that there is no indicator here whether you already have it in your possession or not. Crazy. This little stupid joke cost me 500 in-game credits. Could have used that on a cool tune-up or whatever. Really, really bad game design. Amadei Gordini was a legendary tuner of Renault and Simca cars, and maybe best known for his achievements at Le Mans. Gordini was a hard-working Frenchman who went on to become an F1 race car constructor, basically a genius. For many years, Gordini partnered with Renault to produce performance versions of the company's mass-market cars. This Renault 8 Gordini is one such example and probably the most popular of the official collaborations. The fact that it's near twice as powerful as the base model just goes to show what a genius tuner Gordini really was. The classic blue paint with white stripes, V-shaped bonnet and boxy styling still has legions of fans to this day. Alright, let's just buy it for the sake of it. I'm sure there's an achievement for having your garage full. And these pop-ups are so annoying. Right, this one is too expensive, too expensive, too expensive. This one I already have. This is such a weird car. This Chaparral 2J17. Too expensive. Too expensive. Could buy this one. Corvette C2 Stingray. No sports car says America quite like the Chevrolet Corvette. The second generation model, also known as the Stingray, was especially popular. Later versions featuring the L88, L88 racing engine are very collectible and regularly sell for over 1 million. Holy smack. This 1963 coupe is perhaps best known for its split rear window. I do really like this car. It's a design feature that was only used in the first year models because it limited rear visibility. The 1 year split window Stingrays are hugely popular. They're among the most collectible Corvettes. Yeah, I can imagine. And there was also a series, like an action series on television, I think, called Stingray, with a guy driving a Stingray. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Now, I like the styling, but also, yeah, would I really want this one? I don't know. Probably I would buy something else for that money. Too expensive. This is such a weird car. It's almost too weird to buy. Too expensive. This one I already have. Ah, no, the F50 I already bought. Yeah, let's buy the weird car. Screw it. This unique Plymouth Roadster is best known for having been designed by Carrozzeria Ghia. Yeah, really ugly, this asymmetrical design. But do you know where the XNR names comes from? No? Try to read XNR out loud and you will find it sounds just like XNR, alright? This is an homage to the legendary American designer Virgil Max Exner, who led Chrysler styling for much of the 1950s and 1960s. Exner collaborated on various designs with Luigi Segre of Carrozzeria Ghia. Indeed, many innovative and interesting designs came from this collaboration. And this XNR Ghia Roadster was one of them. The Exner made waves in 2011 when it claimed the Gran Turismo trophy at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Alright, pretty cool. A limited stock. I wonder how many of these were made. Really looks like a prototype, like a one-off. I don't like the styling. Sorry to say, it looks more than like a boat than a car. Alright, so we have 600k left. Not enough to buy anything here, and such a motherfucking shame that I bought this one twice. Otherwise I would have 1.1 million. Anywho, let's quickly... there's still something here, odds. Again, now I'm just going blindly buying cars. But you know what? I have to buy them sooner or later anyway, so let's do it now. Many see the early 1960s as Abarth's golden era. The 500 SCSA is the embodiment of that period. It produces a mere 31.6 bhp, which might lead you to think it's underpowered. Indeed. However, its small, light construction means that it is surprisingly speedy. In fact, its performance is nothing short of magical. SCSC, incidentally, is the Italian pronunciation of SS, which stands for Super Sports. Man, 55k for such a car. Wouldn't surprise me if in real life it's the same amount of money, and this one as well. Inflation is a real thing, man. God damn it. Some of us. Here's another world famous Volkswagen, the camper, as it's lovingly known. Officially designated as Type 2, it is based upon the Type 1, better known as the Beetle. The RR vehicle, that's like a recreational vehicle or something, utilizes an air-cooled flat 4-cylinder engine. The reduced engine profile allows for plenty of cargo space. With tuning parts widely available, this vehicle is a joy to drive. Right, let's see what that means. RR, I think it is recreation and something else. Vehicle. God damn it, and you only get like Rolls-Royce results. RR vehicle holiday. Alright, RR abbreviation. Rural routes. Alright, one moment. Wow. Recreational. Let's do RR recreational. Rest and recreation, I think. That could very well be it. RR abbreviation. Sorry guys, learning moment for myself. Yeah. R and R refers to time that you spend relaxing when you are not working. R and R is an abbreviation for rest and recreation. Alright, learning moment for me. I knew it was something to do with that, but not exactly. I always forgot the meaning. I looked it up years ago, earlier I think, but I forgot. Did we already buy this one? No? I don't think. Yeah. No, I did not yet buy it. So funny, that guy in like his full racing outfits in an R&R Volkswagen bus. We have still 500k. Limited stock, GTI. Let's buy this one. First generation Golf GTI is a real classic and is the forerunner of the modern hot hatch tradition. Beautiful model, by the way, in game, so looks very realistic. The first generation Golf GTI is a real classic and is the forerunner of the modern hot hatch tradition. It utilizes an FF layout or front engine front wheel drive system. The 1.6 liter straight 4 engine can generate up to 108.5 bhp. Its rock solid stability on straights combined with its steadfast handling make it an ever reliable choice. The Golf's styling is the work of the acclaimed designer Giorgetto Giugiaro. His vision has helped make it one of the most recognizable cars on the roads. Thank you very much. Right, do we buy something else? Man, this is time consuming buying these cars. But yeah, let's do it. I need to fill my garage. I'm already way over time, but I don't think these static images take that much data, so the file size will not be that big compared to really gameplay in motion recording. Because I need to keep the file size a bit smaller, because HDR in YouTube, it really is a bit hit or miss. Whether it will be processed as a HDR, and yeah, the bigger this file, the smaller the chance it gets HDR. The Honda sports car has its origin in this S-series model. On Open top two-seater rear-wheel drive vehicle. It is equipped with a straightforward double overhead cam engine. Double overhead cam, can you imagine? Such an old car. S-series engines gradually increased in size over time from the prototype's 360cc to 500cc and then to 600cc. It's a fun little car. The S800 was an even bigger 791cc that could generate 69 bhp. The clear inspiration for the S2000s, it is, in essence, its direct ancestor. Alright, so there we have that one. It's by Firebird Trans Am 78. This is also a pretty cool car. The Pontiac Firebird was the famous rival to Ford's Mustang. Its high performance variant, Trans Am, changed the course of American sports car history forever. Despite the oil crisis of the 1970s, Pontiac elected to retain the large V8 engine in subsequent designs. This particular model is the second generation Firebird Trans Am. Released in 1978, it features a front-mounted 6.6 liter V8 engine. For many, it remains the classic muscle car. Yeah, it's a pretty cool car. Pretty epic car. I wouldn't say it is. It's more like a GT car instead of a muscle car, at least from the looks I find. Compared to Camaros and Mustangs, I'm not sure this really is. Yeah, of course it's a muscle car with such a big engine, but I find it more chic, so to say, than the regular muscle cars. Alright, let's also buy this one. Lancer Evolution 5 GSR 98. This Evo 5 is by far the most popular Lancer Evolution model of all time. In fact, there's plenty of people out there who just love to get their hands on one. The hard suspension really comes into its own when you take it out onto the track. And the aerodynamic body parts designed especially to meet Group A homologation regulations are sure to catch the eye. Right, do we buy another one? This one is sold out. Let's buy a 308. Now we're getting into the more... no, I wanted to say more expensive cars, but here is still a cheap car. I'm not sure what the sorting order is. But yeah, let's buy the from top to bottom. The traditional Ferrari mid-engine V8 models began with the 308 series. Yes, this model is of genuine historical value, no doubt about it. Its design was the work of none other than Pininfarina. They gave it stylish proportions that were subsequently inherited by later V8 models. What did they give it? Sorry. Stylish proportions, alright. Its compact body makes it light and agile, and the sensual engine tones are a delight for the ears. This 1975 model utilizes both fuel injection and carburetors. It's all rounded off with a responsive accelerator that really lets you enjoy the engine's roar. Pretty cool car. Magnum PI. Alright, we have 70k left. Let's just see if we can buy something for 70k. Not that much it seems. God damn it, nothing. This one I already have. These are sold out. By the way, I think these McLarens, not the NP412C, but the ones after that, I think they will so incredibly depreciate in price. There's, if you buy such a car, you have to get like all kinds of service contracts and stuff. And there were way too many produced, I think. I think you will be able to buy those pretty cheapo. Yeah, I cannot buy anything anymore. That was a pretty nice spending spree. Where can we go to the showcase? Can I then see my cars? My items maybe? No. I just need to go to the garage, I guess. No, I think there's like this collector. Where is that collector overview? Where you see is it in here? No. Where you actually see all the cars, the outline of all the cars in the game, and then the ones that you have are actually, yeah, not a grey outline, but the actual car model. But I have no idea where that is. Legend cars, nope. Tuning shop. Showcase. Car customization. No, it's also not here, I guess. Also not here. Maybe over here. Nope. Alright, I do find it all pretty darn convoluted. Yeah, maybe it's just me not being super sharp, but where can I just see my collector progress? That shouldn't be this hard, right? Here, I'm just an idiot. Car collection. Alright. Holy shit, I only have 77. I thought I would have had way more. We have to 4, 5, 6. We have to get 6 times more cars. Man, and people said that there was not enough content in this game. Maybe it's true as regards to events and missions, but as regards to car list, it's pretty incredible. Although here BRZ STI and here you have a BRZS, yeah, it's totally just, yeah, okay, they look a little bit different. It's a different year, production year, but otherwise I would say they're just duplicates. Man, this Viper is pretty damn cool. Alright, yeah, amazing game so far. But I'm way over time with this recording, so I have to end it, and we will continue in the next one with the menu book. Let's quickly see, I think it's menu book 19. Who is this? I remember well the splash that the Honda NSX made at the 1989 Motor Geneva Motor Show. Yeah, we already heard about that. Alright, collection Japanese rally base cars. WRX STI 14, Lancer 15, and Group Yaris. Ah, that's also one thing with randomly buying cars. I should not do that, because that could mean that it's also part of an objective of a menu book, and then you don't need to race before it, and you don't need to do the task anymore to get that objective, because you already have it. So yeah, I was a bit distracted. I randomly bought quite some cars, but I don't want to do that anymore, because it spoils the whole, there's already so little real campaign modes besides these menus. So yeah, that's pretty stupid. The car buying, I really have to save that for the end, after I completed all the menu books, because otherwise I will just rob myself of menu book races. Anyways, this is what we are going to do. Now I'd like to collect some Japanese rally base cars. Rallies are races in which cars built upon production models compete against each other. As the races don't take place on circuits, drivers tackle dirt roads, snow and other challenging surfaces. As you can imagine, base cars for rallying need to be pretty powerful, and you're going to collect 3 of them. They're all 4-wheel drive, so all 4 wheels are driven. This is also known as all-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. We are talking about some really nice motors here, and I can't wait for you to bring them back to show me. Alright, let's start it. And then continue in the next episodes. Some soothing music. Yeah, so we will be doing races in the next episode. Let's see where they are. Americas and Oceania. Trial Mountain. 4-wheel drive challenge. What kind of car? 600 pp. Feel the speed in this intermediate level race against iconic Japanese 4-wheel drive turbo cars of the 600 performance points class. Alright, drivetrain, 4-wheel drive, country, Japan, road car. Alright. And 600 pp. Alright, I need to, in the next episode I will need to wow, the GTO twin turbo, is that 4-wheel drive? Was not aware. In the next episode I will check which car is best, because I don't really want an underpowered car and again being stuck for like a week to win the race. I prefer not to tune cars, because it feels a little bit like, yeah, not cheating, but yeah, where's the end, you know? You can tune the car so much that it takes away any challenge. So yeah, I just prefer to buy a car, keep it stock, but a car that is more or less in the advised or suggested PP range. We'll be doing that in the next episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope to see you in the next one. And for the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Later.